Many of us have probably watched the movie 300 by director Zack Snyder, an epic story about 300 brave Spartan warriors standing against the massive army of the Persian Empire. Imagine a vast empire covering more than 5 million square kilometers, ruling nearly 44% of the world's population at that time. King Xerxes the Great could never imagine that only 300 warriors, not only brave but willing to sacrifice their lives, could stop the mighty Persian army. An army that had swept across continents, from India in the east to Greece in the west, from the Caspian Sea in the north to the Red Sea, and Egypt in the south. Although the movie exaggerated many details, especially the appearance of Xerxes and the strange Persian soldiers, the courage and sacrifice of the Spartan warriors are very close to what history recorded. Let's step into this epic story, where bravery and the power of spirit changed the course of history. Yes, this is the Battle of Thermopylae. Under the dawn of 480 BC, when the cold winds of winter had not yet fully given way to the warmth of spring, the land of Greece was filled with anxiety and tension. The Persian Empire, under the rule of King Xerxes, was marching westward with the ambition to expand its territory to distant lands. The empire's size was so vast that it was hard to believe, stretching from the fertile plains of India in the east, through Anatolia and Mesopotamia, all the way to the ancient lands of Greece. From the icy shores of the Caspian Sea in the north to the burning sands of Egypt and the Red Sea in the south, the Persian Empire ruled over more than 5 million square kilometers and nearly 44% of the world's population at that time. A power so great that anyone who heard of it would be in awe of its strength and ambition. While the Persian Empire was gathering a huge army, the Greek city-states, which were independent countries with different political and cultural systems, faced a common threat. To the west, Athens was famous for its democracy, art, and philosophy, while Sparta was known for its strong military power. In this situation, when the sound of Persian soldiers marching echoed across Greece, the city-states realized that they could not win if each fought alone. They had to put aside their old conflicts and work together to protect their freedom and independence. Among the Greek city-states, Sparta stood out the most. The Spartans were not only trained in martial arts and physical strength, but also taught discipline, loyalty, and love for their homeland. From a young age, Spartan boys underwent strict training in the Gauge system. This process not only made them physically strong, but also shaped them with a strong spirit, ready to sacrifice everything for the good of the group. Therefore, when the Persian Empire advanced, Sparta proudly assigned its 300 best warriors the task of guarding the Thermopylae Pass, a strategic location where its natural features could help make up for the difference in numbers. The Thermopylae Pass, only a few meters wide, lay like a natural gate between steep mountain ranges and the vast sea. Its location was not only strategically important, but also a key point of communication, connecting the northern regions of Greece to the city of Athens. Recognizing the importance of the pass, the Greek leaders decided to place their trust in the power of the terrain. They believed that, even though their army was not large, if they could use the natural advantages of the pass, they could delay the enemy's advance and buy valuable time for the other city-states to gather. Meanwhile, the Persian Empire, under King Xerxes, had gathered a massive army from all corners of his empire. The Persian army was not only known for its large numbers, but also for its diversity. They had infantry soldiers recruited from many regions, skilled archers with precise aim, swift cavalry, and most notably the Immortals, an elite force of 10,000 soldiers, always maintained at full strength. These immortal warriors were equipped with heavy armor and advanced weapons for that time, earning them the reputation of being an army from hell. They had conquered many ancient civilizations, such as Mesopotamia, Anatolia, and Egypt, and coordinated their forces through a vast road network, especially the Royal Road, which allowed for fast communication and transportation over long distances. However, the immortal army did not know that they were about to face the Spartan warriors, fighters who would send them back to hell once again. When the Persian Empire advanced into Greece, their strategy was to use their large numbers and combined strength to sweep away all opponents. However, from the very first steps on Greek soil, the Persian army faced a significant challenge: the Thermopylae Pass. This strategic location, with its narrow space, created a huge obstacle for the vast Persian army, preventing them from fully utilizing their strength. At Thermopylae, 300 Spartan warriors, trained from childhood, were ready to face the vast Persian army. They were not only tough and agile fighters, but also equipped with the best weapons of their time, from large round shields to sharp spears. They were taught that in battle, courage and unity were the key factors. There was no room for hesitation, no place for complaints, only orders and unwavering will. On the first day of the battle, as the sun began to rise, the 300 Spartan warriors, along with some allied forces from other Greek city-states, gathered at the pass. They set up a tight defense on the steep rocks, where only a few could fight at once. The Greek warriors, even knowing they faced the vast Persian army, launched brief counterattacks to control the situation. The sound of swords clashing and shields banging echoed throughout the pass, like a symphony of war, showcasing the resilience and bravery of these small but determined warriors. For 3 consecutive days, the Persian army launched fierce attacks. At first, they charged directly at the Greek defense lines, hoping that their large numbers would quickly overpower the defenders. These attacks were carefully organized, with different formations of infantry, archers, and cavalry. However, as they entered the narrow space of the pass, the Persians' numerical advantage gradually became useless. The Greeks, thanks to their defensive tactics that took full advantage of the terrain, held their ground with great resilience, refusing to give way to the enemy. On the morning of the second day, as the sunlight grew stronger and the air became hot, the Persian army continued to press with new attacks. They changed their tactics by using cavalry to strike from the flanks, hoping to find gaps in the Greek defense. However, these attacks faced serious challenges due to the limited space of the pass. When the cavalry could not fully utilize their speed and flexibility in the narrow area, their attacks became disorganized and ineffective. Even the Persian archers, skilled at accurate shooting, could not achieve the desired results due to the unfavorable angles and limited distance. Meanwhile, the Greek warriors maintained their focus and perseverance. They continuously rotated, ensuring that no point in the defense line was left unguarded. Each warrior understood their duty: to hold the pass and protect their homeland at all costs. Even knowing that their numbers could not match the Persian army, the unity and discipline of the Greeks created a solid living wall, blocking every attack from the enemy. However, the battlefield at Thermopylae witnessed a tragic turning point on the third day of the battle. While the Greeks were still focused on defending their main line, a Greek man named Ephialtes appeared with a decision that would change the course of the entire battle. Driven by personal motives and internal conflict, Ephialtes provided the Persians with crucial information: a secret path through the mountains behind the Greek defense line. This path, known only to a few, gave the enemy the opportunity to attack from behind, completely disrupting the coordination of the defense. When the information about the secret path spread, the Persian commanders quickly changed their strategy. Instead of launching mass attacks from the front, They divided their forces into smaller groups and redirected their assault from both sides. The cavalry units swiftly moved through the path, creating a new threat to the Greek warriors holding their ground on the pass. The sudden appearance of the flank attack shook the entire defensive system the Greeks had carefully built over the past 3 days. Although they realized the sudden change in the situation, the Greek warriors continued to fight relentlessly. They tried to maintain their positions and stop every attempt by the Persians, but being attacked from behind created an unfillable gap. The large numbers of the Persian army, combined with the mobility of the cavalry units, gradually surrounded the small groups of warriors. In that decisive moment, the 300 Spartan warriors, trained through decades of rigorous agoge discipline, stood firm against the vast army, knowing that their fate might already be sealed. The battle at Thermopylae, fought over 3 consecutive days, was not only a clash between the vast forces of the Persian Empire and the elite Greek army, but also a contest of tactics, organization, and the ability to make the most of the terrain. The Greeks, with their well-trained warriors, used every possible measure to delay the enemy's advance, even knowing that they were a small group compared to the mighty Persian army. Every attack by the Persians, no matter how complex the tactics, was stopped by the determination and unity of the Greek warriors, who were ready to sacrifice everything to defend their homeland. While intense battles raged at the pass, historians have recorded impressive figures about the forces of both sides. The Persian army, according to sources from Herodotus, could range from 100,000 to 300,000 soldiers, with the immortal force consistently maintained at around 10,000 men. In contrast, the Greek forces had only 300 Spartan warriors officially fighting at Thermopylae, although there were some allied forces from other city-states present. The difference in numbers was enormous, but these figures only highlight the importance of tactics and the fighting spirit of the Greeks, who made full use of the narrow terrain and built a defense line so strong that even the vast Persian army could not easily break through. Even when attacked from both sides, the Greeks maintained absolute discipline. They adjusted the positions of each unit, assigned clear tasks, and always supported each other, ensuring that no gap was left unguarded. However, the secret path revealed by Ephialtes opened up a strategic flaw that could not be fixed. When the Persians attacked from behind, the situation became extremely dire, and despite the brave warriors fighting until their last breath, they were unable to withstand the relentless waves of attacks. Although the Persian army eventually broke through the Thermopylae Pass, the sacrifice of the Spartan warriors was not in vain. They gave the other Greek city-states precious time to regroup their forces. More importantly, they proved that the immortals, the warriors who spread terror across the lands under the Persian Empire, were not invincible as the legends had claimed. The courage and battle prowess of the Spartan warriors inspired all of Greece, fueling their determination to continue fighting. The 300 Spartan warriors fell, but their spirit did not fade. Their heroic sacrifice at Thermopylae ignited the flame of unity within the Greek city-states. However, this was not the first time the Greeks had faced the mighty Persian Empire. 10 years earlier, on the vast plains by the shores of Marathon, another small army had made a remarkable stand. It seemed that Xerxes had not yet learned the bitter lesson from his father, King Darius, who had failed in his attempt to invade Greece at the Battle of Marathon. The Battle of Marathon, where the Greek warriors defeated the mighty Persian army in a turning-point battle, marking the beginning of a great resistance that would last over a decade. So, what happened on the plains of Marathon? How could the Greek soldiers defeat an army vastly superior in numbers? And what made the Battle of Marathon a symbol of courage, leaving its mark in history for thousands of years? Join Leos English as we continue our journey of exploration in the next video. The Battle of Marathon, the first victory.